Hello, this is a hot new episode of Video Ditch where I am bringing to you all by myself, abandoned by typical co-hosts Sam and Jake, the international multimedia collective known as Strangest.io, and an enigmatic, elusive, and completely unique collective of developers, artists, visionaries, and fascist capitalists who are creating some new and exciting games that will really knock your socks off and make you think, just what the hell have I been playing all this time before this stuff landed on my doorstep? So today I'm joined by Matt, Hunter,
Hello.
and Jack.
Hello.
Hello.
They're three of the core members of the Strangest IO collective.
Yeah.
So how's everyone doing today? Everyone all right? Managed to get here no problem?
Yeah, it was, easy commute.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we just got done crunching, so we worked all night Friday night, all day Saturday, and all night Saturday, and then all day today until we talked to you.
A secret
Yep,
project?
so,
Yeah.
secret, but
Heaven
also
X.
not so secret. Heaven X, yep.
Yeah.
Wishlisted on Steam.
Yes, please do. Very interesting stuff. And that's actually, I wanted to get into that in a little bit. Yeah, and then typically I would ask, any recent media anyone's into, but I don't know, any big movies, any big influences lately where you're like, wow, this really changed the way I think about the world or art or media.
Well, during our crunches, we actually watch, we watch a ton of movies. We have
nice.
side monitor content the entire time, and we usually theme our crunches. And this crunch, we watched a lot of Nostalgia Critic and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nostalgia Critic, really?
Yeah, it was the Nostalgia Critic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Crunch.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
It was pretty good. We watched some AVGN. Yeah, we watched
AVGN, that's
we watched some
quality.
SummerSlam, some WWE SummerSlam.
Fantastic.
That was good.
Wow,
Yeah,
I already
really.
wanted Heaven X, but now I need it.
Right.
Yeah, for Heaven X, we've been watching like a lot of. I think we might have watched every episode of Computer Chronicles. I don't know if you're familiar with that show.
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's a cool show. It's basically like people
Kind of like Nostalgia
reviewing-
Critic, but like
With computers.
it's like with computers. Yeah.
So really
And,
epic, really funny.
Yeah, really epic, really funny.
Yeah,
It's like kind of
definitely.
old. It's like
Lot of
old like
screaming.
Nostalgia Critic, but it's
Right.
like maybe a little older. It's like yeah, no, it's a show from like the 80s and 90s. It was like a
They were
honestly, it was like a
reviewing
go ahead.
computer technology and software like as it
Yeah.
was coming
Okay.
out. So
Kind of
when
like
Windows,
gaming in the Clinton era kind of thing.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, everyone watching this, check out Computer Chronicles.
Yeah.
And then if you'll have all the material required to understand Heaven X.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also had like a weed themed crunch. The
yeah, we
With, like Big Money Hustlers and Tales from the Hood or whatever.
Tales from
evil
the Hood. Yeah.
Tales from the Hood, yeah, Evil Bong.
Evil
You ever watch
Bong,
Evil
yeah.
Bong, Evil
Yeah, Harold and
all,
Kumar.
all eight
Yeah.
of them.
Dude, where's
Was,
my car?
What's one Leprechaun Back to the Hood or whatever?
Oh, we
right?
watched,
my
we had
God,
a
yeah.
leprechaun
It
crunch.
was
We had a
fantastic.
leprechaun crunch, dude.
And man, I wish
Ginger
I was,
Dead Man, yeah.
I wish I could do Crunch.
Yeah,
What a
sure.
fun time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
sure.
just the movie
exactly.
part. Maybe not the working.
Yeah.
As a journalist, I'm not too used to work. But yeah, fantastic. I'm glad I asked that question now. It's just like, I saw Fantastic Four. The guy's stretched. It was awesome. This is much more interesting. Right. So let's get right into the beginning. Great place to start. I've been told. All three of you, what are your individual starts? Where did you first develop a taste for video games? How did it all begin?
So for me, my first gaming experience that I can remember is that my dad built a computer and he installed Unreal Tournament 2004 on it. And that is the first game that I remember him letting me play. Unreal Tournament 2004.
That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, exactly. You're
It's
right.
all coming together.
Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. Well,
I was thinking while Hunter was talking, I think it was Lego Island, but it might have also been, I had a couple games on like a very old PC in my parents' basement that I played when I was very little. And one of them was Lego Island. One of them was a Tonka, like the truck game that had like a light gun. And you'd press the like light gun drill on the screen and like pretend to fix stuff. And then another one was a Hot Wheels game where you'd build tracks. And I don't know which one was first, but it was kind of those three.
Yeah, those kind of like janky
yeah.
license games, and then Lego Islands. Yeah,
Yeah.
very wild stuff.
think Lego Island 2 specifically. I don't think.
Mhm.
I don't
Surprisingly common first memory. Yeah, Lego
Yeah.
Island, Lego Island 2.
Yeah.
Oh, finally popped in.
And as for me, my earliest gaming memories is actually a little bittersweet. So when my 5th birthday rolled around, there was this kid who rode my bus when I was really young, or maybe because I would get home in the afternoon, and on the bus the kid was playing like some Game Boy game, and I was like, holy hell, this is so cool! Like I need a Game Boy so bad. So my birthday rolls around, and I'm like, Mom, please get me a Game Boy. It'll be awesome. And she's like, okay, maybe we'll see. My 5th birthday rolls around. I rip the wrapping paper off the package, and rather than a Game Boy, it's this little like Tiger electronic Hulk video game, right? And like, the Hulk, he can strike like 3 poses and do like 3 different things. He can destroy tanks on the ground, helicopters in the air, all that sort of thing. I think my mom, knowing that it would basically like ruin my life to just like be addicted to Game Boy all the time from age 5, was like, he'll lose interest in this like $15 like dumbass Hulk
Give him
game.
a shitty game that sucks ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And that'll ruin it.
Back to the past. I played the buttons off of that Hulk Tiger handheld game. I loved it. And then it ran out of batteries, and I was like pretty young.
Yeah, now he's a fucked up gaming addict.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
I know.
thanks, Mom.
They're handing you text like, where the fuck is Hulk? I don't want to play this baby shit. I want Hulk.
Yeah.
He's twisted.
But yeah, that's probably the first gaming related memory. Got me
Glad
into
to
it.
see it. That's great. My parents also desperately tried to keep me away from gaming, and it just made the thirst stronger. So I'm glad to
Yeah.
see that we're fucked up in the same way, with the same kind of demon inside of us.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Yeah, from that early interest in video games, what was it that started the interest in game development itself?
For
Hunter
me-
definitely lead, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like I wanted to make something, I wanted to make something really badly. I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to make something, and I think a lot of people want to make games, and it was just something that was there. I tried it. I really liked it. I thought, again, just to kind of circle back to what I was saying earlier, the first game I ever made, I made it at work. I made it at I worked in a software engineering job, and my coworkers were like, we had restricted access to the internet, and I just wrote kind of like a multi-user dungeon type thing that you could access through the command line, and I gave it to a bunch of my coworkers at work, and they were really enjoying it, and that drive to make something paired with seeing other people try something that I made and they were really enjoying it just struck home for me, basically.
Do you think that creativity forced through corporate settings also would influence some of the strangest .io products? It seems there's a thorough line there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
That's me.
As for me, I have a complicated relationship with games. I don't think I ever actually wanted to end up making games. I think I just was curious about it, and I met Hunter. I sent Hunter a random. I was friends with him on Instagram because he posted cool art. And I actually thought he was a different person. I thought he was someone else. But I followed him, and one time he posted a story where he was I think he was just saying hey, I'm working on a project. I'm looking for artists, and I had just graduated college, or maybe it was in my senior year of college or something. I don't know. It was 6 or 7 years ago at this point. 6 years ago, maybe at this point. And so I didn't have a job, and I wanted stuff to do, and I was like, well, why not try to make a game? I've got some ideas. So I sent him an email blast, and I was like, here's a bunch of ideas that I have. And then he was like, okay, cool. That all sounds cool. You should come to the stand-up we're having on Sunday night or something. And then I did that, and he's kept me coming back ever since.
Nice. Just serendipity, really.
Yeah, serendipity. I kind of stumbled into it. It was nothing I ever really planned on doing. I just stumbled into it. When I was a kid, I definitely liked I liked Minecraft. I liked Little Big Planet, games where you make stuff, creative games with game design aspects in them. So I kind of it's not completely foreign for me to want to do something like that. But again, I kind of stumbled into it.
Yeah. So the next step up from what was it, the World War II or the 9/11 recreations of Little Big Planet? I remember those were very popular.
Yeah. I probably, if you've played some of those, I might have. Who knows? I might have offered some.
Yeah, I'll have to go back. Well, I think the servers are closed, but I do have strong memories of respectfully saluting those and not laughing while playing.
Yeah,
them.
it's a classic game, great game.
Yeah, I love Little Big Planet.
Never forget.
Awesome.
Never. How could you? It was such a moment. Jack, what about you?
Yeah, so I was introduced to Hunter from through Matt and also our friend Nelson, who was previously on the team. At that point, they were working on a very, very like story-heavy RPG game, and they needed a writer. And like fresh out of school, Matt was like, "Oh, I think I know a guy," and he got in contact with me. Prior to that, I was really interested in screenwriting. I had written by that point in my life a number of like short films and short stories, never anything like feature length, anything like that. But I was like well aware of just how to weave narrative, all that kind of stuff, and translated pretty well to the project that they were working on at that point. And even after that fell through, I mean, I guess they've just needed somebody to write copy and dialogue and whatever else. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, regular Shigesato Itoi.
Jack is also really like he's like a good game designer. He just doesn't want to say it.
You got the mind, you got the eye, the Cliffy B eye.
I help out with design. I'm definitely not the
Jack knows his way around a
force.
JSON file. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's experienced.
Yeah. I had to make myself useful. There's a lot of time, you finish the narrative, and there's a very long chunk of downtime between that and then release. So, when I'm not doing marketing stuff, I got to make myself useful. So I really just had to grind and learn some kind of out-of-the-box skills relative to what I went to college for.
Kind of crash course on the job training.
Exactly.
Nice. Is there any other way to do it?
Hats.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's a regular Valve 2 you guys have got here.
Yeah, some of the sort.
Yeah, a bit more. I'd say a bit more artistically free, a little more highfalutin stuff there than Team Fortress. But what do I know?
Well, we're fully
Real quick. Can we put something on? Like, can we have this? Make sure that something that we talk about goes in.
Yeah. What do you want to address?
I just wanted to say that Strio has evolved a lot over time. Like, you're talking to 3 people who have been on it pretty much since the beginning. But if anybody is listening, huge shout out to Adam Espino, huge shout out to Dan, Mucoid Dan, River, huge shout out to River, huge shout out to Cameron Caps, Jay Darius, huge shout out to
Nelson.
I'm trying to think. Nelson. Yeah, obviously.
Clay.
Nelson, Clay, Jake Race. Huge shout out to Jake Race. Jake Race is awesome.
Slightly bigger shout out to Jake Race than all the other names we just listed.
Yeah, huge shout out to Jake Race. Jake Race is awesome. Gosh, there's so many people that have been involved over Han.
Ryan.
Also Han, Orion. Yeah.
Orion, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of people.
If we forgot people, we
still love you.
Yeah, we still think about
you're
you.
important.
That's actually perfect because I wanted to get into the formation, kind of the history of Strangest.io. So
yeah,
that actually leads straight into it. So they were around for the initial sort of games, the first kind of game jams or first smaller titles, or
Hunter's probably got the best log of the history, but the long and short of it is that it's been a very evolving team. It's fluctuated from small to up to at our peak were we 10 people, 11 people, and then back down to now we're only 4. And honestly, just before Hunter gives the full history, at this point, Strangest.io is kind of
it's over.
It's over. Yeah, it's almost a retired project. We're still we're still working on a project, but ultimately, Floppy, he sold the company to China.
And
we're now under new management. So.
I do want to ask about that after I get kind of the initial story. I noticed that you have some new branding for your new title.
Yeah, but as for the history, I mean, Hunter's been here the longest. He started it all.
Yeah. So Tiny Survival, which is the first game that I think we ever put out. There's many games also that we made that we either didn't put out or they never got far enough. That type of thing. People have been involved in projects that you would never know that they were part of Strio just because the games never came out. But yeah, Tiny Survival actually is a cut down version of that game I was talking about.
The mud, right?
Yeah, the mud, exactly. So I did that alone. Then I started working on Bizarria, where I was like, okay, I could probably learn Unity. Let me get my hands dirty. I'm going to go ahead and just go for it. That was essentially at that time, Strio was just me, and I was working on BizarriaWare. after BizarroWare, which BizarroWare was purely a learning exercise for me. I still love the idea of it, but it was always just learning exercise. Then I started working on a game called Underworld, which was like a 16-player kind of like, I don't even know what you call it, platform shooter game. It's like basically, yeah, it's like a platform shooter game. And I actually worked on that game with Mucoid, Dan Mucoid, who came to the team for a very long time. So he came on and started to help with it. There was also another programmer at that time named Jay who came and worked on it. Around that time, I won't name any names, but I got in contact with somebody who was like, you know, I don't know, like a kind of a famous person. And he wanted to make a game. So I spent quite a long time trying to make this game for this person, this famous person. And
Tim Schafer.
yeah, no one
Even
in the
more
games
racist.
industry. Yeah, no one in the games industry. And then whenever, so when I was working on that project, I got a bunch of people involved. I got that guy Dan Mucoid. I got him involved again. I got this guy named Stuart involved, who ended up working on Juice Galaxy. I don't know if you're familiar with that game.
Yes, I have it in my library.
Yeah, he ended up working on Juice Galaxy. I got a bunch of people involved, and that project fell through the floor. So,
And real quick, that's not WasteBraver?
It's not WasteBraver. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. After that project fell through the floor, I decided that I was going to try and again kind of get the gears spinning and try to make something a lot more ambitious. And that is where this project that is known only to Strio people. It is a very famous project with many Strio people, of which there's been like 20-ish, 20-plus-ish people, which is Abraxas. And I will tell you more about what Abraxas is maybe later, but
Okay.
during that time, that is when Matt got involved, Jack got involved, Shazam got involved, Hollowed got involved, Adam got involved, lots of people got involved. Lots of people joined Strio to work on Abraxas and believed in Abraxas. And same type of thing. We had like super huge ambitions. We built all these systems, and then it just kind of fell apart. Whenever we were taking a break, so we had a pretty big team at that time. I think we had like 8-ish people. We decided like, hey, let's just try and like get our bearings and like see what we can do as a team together, because we were all new to each other and new to working in games. We did the 7-day FPS game jam, and that's where we released Little Baby's Big Day at the Store.
Great one. Everyone should play that. You can play it on any operating system. You have no excuse not to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Any operating system. So we did that over however many days, 7 days, something like that. We built it together. Immediately after that, I solo up until a certain point started making Nightmare, which was just a collage project for me. It was more of like, hey, I just want to try and make a first-person shooter. I think it'll be cool. I want to make it look crazy. I want to make it look wild, you know. And so I made Nightmare like 95% solo, and then I got Clay, who isn't here, and Matt involved at Nightmare at the very end. Nightmare comes out, and then we decided to start working on another canceled project. This time we took pitches from everyone. There were many pitches. But what we landed on was something called Lone Star, which was a Western-themed first-person shooter.
Imagine Nightmare, but in the Wild West.
Oh, it's like hellish, Weird West, build engine.
Yeah. We had some really, really sick,
that sounds awesome.
Sick stuff in the works for that, but it was a short-lived project.
Yeah. We got as far with a lot of these projects. There are artifacts that exist of them. Like there's
like a Unity build and a fucking like an album's worth of concept music and a ton of sketches from the illustrators, stuff like that. Prototypes on prototypes.
Something for the Strangest IO kind of scrapbook when that gets released.
Right, We've talked about it. Yes.
Lone Star. I don't exactly know what happened, but it also
I can tell you what happened. What happened was didn't you go on sabbatical, Hunter?
No, I went on sabbatical.
Or that was for Nightmare 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Lone Star was just me and you talking and realizing that like if we were going to make another shooter off of the heels of the Nightmare success, because Nightmare was,
relatively
successful
for us.
considering our team size and experience and how much, like how many people talking about the game we had garnered before. Like Nightmare was relatively people liked it. Like people would talk about, there was like a small group of people that would like, we kind of got a cult following off of it, I would say.
Yeah.
And instead of dumping all of our effort into a new IP, I think what ended up happening with Lone Star is we were kind of like, all right, why not polish out Nightmare and make like a real game out of Nightmare? Because Nightmare, like Hunter said, was a solo project for just him. And it was done, what, in like a month or two, Hunter?
Yeah, like a month.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, what if we took, instead of a month-long project, what if we, canceled Lone Star and then went all in on Nightmare and made it a bigger project?
Well, that was even, like, just to add some more color to the timeline, we didn't jump straight from Lone Star to Nightmare. That is eventually what happened. What we actually did is we put down Lone Star and then we said, hey, let's make a service for all of our games where everyone who plays our games can access a Tamagotchi.
Oh yeah, we wanted to make.
What's
We were gonna
that?
make a. Okay, so we were gonna make a. We were trying to make a launcher because we didn't. We wanted to make our own launcher, which, like in hindsight, gamers fucking hate
Oh, that's
extra
dumb idea.
launchers. Everyone
Yeah.
hates extra launchers.
Well,
But
we
we were
wanted to
like,
make it
okay,
cool,
what if we
though.
put like achievements and collectibles and a Tamagotchi inside of it?
Is
And that's what led
that,
to My Floppy.
I was gonna say this sounds
My
like
Floppy
Floppy.
Online. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that idea led to My Floppy Online.
Yes.
I don't
So
think
then-
was that actually like after. Was that in between Lone Star and Nightmare 2, Hunter? I thought that was like.
I don't even know.
I thought that was pre.
It
Lone
was
that
Star.
might-
definitely after Lone Star.
That's what I thought.
The early history it's tumultuous
Yeah.
and morphing.
So, anyways, we work on My Floppy. My Floppy was like 4 or 5 months for us. When it came out, it was actually like our most popular game because, I mean, I don't know why. I guess
The
'cause
first
it's
game we
free.
released on Steam.
It's free on
It was the
Steam,
first game we
yeah.
released on Steam and it was free.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of dead now, but at the time there was lots and lots of people, and there was quite a bit of people who played it.
I wouldn't call
something
it
like
dead. There was just
50,000.
an update about 6 months ago for My Floppy. In fact, if you're out there, My Floppy got a content update 6 months ago. You got to go stop Tumeroni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's still out there.
And
Yeah,
it's free.
yeah, and
It's
it's free. And we still maintain the server for it and everything like that. Like it's it probably won't die just because it's easy to maintain. But yeah, we had a lot of people that played it. Whenever we were like rolling off the heels of that game, that's whenever we started Nightmare 2.
Yeah.
And Nightmare 2, we were going to do it. This is like pretty reflective, honestly, talking about all of this because it is like just misstep after misstep. But we
It's
started,
psychotic. It's just like completely psychotic.
So we started making Nightmare 2, and we thought, oh hey, let's do this in the Doom or the Quake engine. Like
The original Doom engine, like
This is
using
also-
WADs and
Yeah.
it was.
yeah. Also, just to kind of like elapse time, the Tiny Survival, I think I finished it in like 2018 or 19. I put it out. It is by the time we're at Nightmare 2, it is 2021. So all that stuff, all that junk happened in that small amount of time. So we start working on Nightmare 2. We all learn the Doom engine. Like we got to the point again where we built a level. You know what I mean? Like a complete level with replaced assets, replaced weapons, replaced like all the stuff that you would expect from a Doom mod, Doom WAD. Total conversion.
Total conversion, exactly.
Yeah. And then something miraculous and horrible happened, which is we were in the middle of making Nightmare 2. Everyone was super stoked. Momentum was good. Direction was good. Everyone was doing really well. And then we got approached by another really famous company,
A very
Yeah.
large billion-dollar company.
a very large billion-dollar company. This makes no sense, probably. It's not, probably
I mean,
sounds
there's context that makes it make sense. We had a
Yeah.
connection. We had like a connection with a creative
Someone who worked
director who worked at
Okay.
a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying billion-dollar company so you understand the scope of it.
It's
It
Austin
was, just
based.
it was
so
a
I'm
very, very
assuming-
large company. It was a very, very large company. And
Joe Rogan adjacent.
could
Yeah,
we're
definitely,
not going to say Joe Rogan, but you know what? If
Yeah, it's dude
if
wipes.
you do
It
enough,
was-
if
it
you do
was-
enough looking, you know.
Yeah. It was Jamie. Jamie reached out to us and he
Yeah.
was like, "Hey
Guys,
guys,
I got a great idea.
Yeah, no, but it was you know, it was a big company, and
huge company. Huge
they
company.
wanted to make a game as like a marketing stunt, basically. And
Yeah.
so we got into the whole pitch process, multiple meetings over the span of months, developing a classic Game Boy game for a very large company.
Yeah.
To the point where, again, we had
Fully working
found
prototypes.
distributors. We had found distributors to like make cartridges. We had found you know, people that would make PCBs, custom PCBs. We had custom PCBs made with our logos etched onto them. We had flash carts, and you know, Hunter was working on. What's the development environment for that, Hunter?
Oh, it was GB Studio.
GB Studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
we basically built a whole prototype for this thing. Functioning
think
prototype.
I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. Do you not want to outright state it?
You can say it if you think
Yeah,
you know what it is.
yeah,
Is it
guess.
I'd be
Crunchyroll?
impressed.
Yeah.
it is.
How'd you
How
know?
did you know
Oh my
that?
god, this guy did
I
his
looked into
research.
you
I feel like
guys.
is this
I'm not
Nardwar,
fucking
dude? What
around.
the fuck?
I looked into you guys. Yeah, you did the Hime quest or whatever, right?
We
Yes.
We wanted to.
Yes.
so
Oh.
that's a funny. There's like there's a bunch of funny stories around it, but we were slated to work. We were slated to make
Well,
Hime
let's
Crest.
just tell you the funny stories, which is
Yeah,
that,
this will be the big clip. Be like, disgruntled developers slam
No.
Crunchyroll.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was super unfortunate.
Our
because-
inside man got laid off
Yeah, while we were
like a
working there.
week before we signed the deal because Crunchyroll got acquired.
Yeah,
Yes,
they got
the-
acquired.
They got bought out, and then he got laid off in the buyout. Completely, you know, just completely circumstantial thing. And
Yeah.
then our guy on the inside was gone. And after our guy on the inside was gone, like literally the week before, they were like, "It's time. Like, we're pretty sure that this is greenlit. It's
Yeah, we're
basically
drafting
greenlit. Like, we're just doing
contracts."
one more. We're drafting the contracts. We're doing one more big meeting, and we're good." And then, like in that big meeting, they were like, "Hey, so you know, we're gonna take the project internal." And we were like, "Damn." Turns out they didn't
After
take
all
it
that.
internal. They had a different inside man with a different small indie studio. We actually ended up meeting them in the future, and
Yeah,
we're on good terms, and we shook hands, and we had the same pitch, and it was funny.
Yeah,
left
we yeah, like whenever we got really involved with the Playdate, we kind of made friends with Mark at Chuhai Labs, and he was like, "Hey," we started telling him about what happened with Crunchyroll and like the kind of experience we were having, and he's like, "There's no way, there's absolutely no way that what you're saying is true or whatever." And then I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I know the guy who ended up doing that project, and we were at GDC, and he's like." He took us to him, and he's like, "Hey, I think you guys have something in common. You guys should talk about the Crunchyroll project." And we met the guy who his team ended up finishing it. He was really cool.
Yeah,
No harm, no foul.
yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
we showed off
But they lied to our
some stuff
faces,
and, yeah.
straight up. Yeah.
Yeah.
The team or Crunchyroll did?
Crunchyroll.
Right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
internal proposal.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't have any game
Yeah.
developers at Crunchyroll. Who are they
Pirate all your anime. Pirate your fucking anime.
Honestly, yes.
Just
Crunchyroll.
steal
Fuck
it.
Crunchyroll.
They're taking it all off anyways.
Yeah.
Or buy
Exactly.
a Blu-ray if you care that much about fucking Cowboy Bebop the movie or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Bro.
So yeah, we spent a lot of time working on Crunchyroll. Working on that project is a lot of time wasted. We actually like kind of a side tangent that Matt talked about, which is like before we got to the Crunchyroll project, we spent a lot of time kind of looking at how to do physical releases for games. And by that time that we met with Crunchyroll, we were pretty confident that we could do a really good version with the project funds. Like we could do a really good version of a physical release.
Hunter, do you still have the pictures of the like cart and stuff? Because that's
Yeah.
like not at all. That was the first test cart we did was Strio branded. You could send that to
Yeah, I'll send it to you after.
yeah.
Yeah, we have lots
Yeah,
of stuff.
put
We
it
have
in the thing.
videos. We have all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, send
Yeah.
that to me too. Why not? I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll look at it. I'd love to see that. Did you ever have any thoughts, or was it possible you think to kind of just change the assets around, change it to some other non-Hime character and release the
Oh.
game, or was
I
that
mean, we
impossible?
didn't really have any interest.
Yeah, there's no
in it.
reason to.
Yeah, like
Hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
It
it's
was a
like,
marketing game, so it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't particularly
Yeah.
like interesting gameplay wise. It was
Nothing
basically
close
a
to your
clone
heart.
of like it was a clone of like you walked
Zelda,
around.
basically.
It was like Zelda. Yeah, you walked
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
You could like swing a weapon, and you could like go through a doorway, and it was very very bare bones.
Okay,
Like
so not exactly indicative of this Strio catalog.
no.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
just a collector's item,
yeah,
really.
Exactly.
They literally did not really care what the content of it was. They just wanted a collector's item for
Yeah,
whatever
it was like a
event they were
30 or
going to.
45-minute experience.
Okay, something for consumers to salivate
Literally.
over. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. And we wanted to make it cool. Like we wanted to make it cool. It just didn't pan out, you know? Just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So we spent a bunch of time doing that, and then whenever that was over, everybody picked back up Nightmare 2. We were like, hey, we're going to do Nightmare 2 again. This is going to be awesome. And while people were picking up Nightmare 2, what?
I was gonna say, Hunter, I feel like what really happened was our team was working on Nightmare 2. We were working on Nightmare 2, but
Yes.
this big giant project that we didn't want to like tell the whole team about it because we didn't know if it was happening, and we didn't want to like distract people from the project. So
Yep.
basically me and Hunter and another guy at the time, Clay, kind of were managing this thing as it was happening because it required a lot of work and we didn't want to stress people out. We knew it wasn't necessarily going to happen. And so we were kind of letting the team work on Nightmare while we were dealing with that. When that we announced it to the team before it fell through, about like a week or two before it fell through. We ended up telling the team like, hey, we're working on Nightmare. We're still making Nightmare, but there's this other thing happening. So we're probably going to have to like do some project management between, people here. Some people are going to work on this, some people are going to work on that. It's all going to work out. Project falls through, or the Crunchyroll project falls through, and then Nightmare is kind of in this state where everyone's kind of been flip-flopping between the Crunchyroll thing and kind of working on Nightmare, but it wasn't to give everyone else on the team credit, like it wasn't being managed very well because we were all focused on the Crunchyroll thing, and so Nightmare as a project was kind of on unstable foundation. It was like very shaky, and at that exact time, Hunter, you went on a trip or something, or you went on sabbatical.
Yeah.
Like, you took some time off, and as he was taking his time off, like the team had like lost its captain. He was the only programmer on the team at the time, or I think we had one other programmer, but he was kind of like not integrated into the project yet, so he wasn't really like able to do too much work, and so the project was kind of like stifled a little bit. Like it wasn't being developed as fast as we wanted it to be, and in his absence, as we were all kind of working on Nightmare and not really kind of spinning our tires, Hunter, being the game dev addict that he is, couldn't stop himself. He couldn't just take a break. He had to make another game in secret.
Yeah.
And so, do you want to take it from here, Hunter?
Yeah. One thing, which I know this timeline is like completely screwed up.
It's got a lot of branches.
It's got a lot of branches. So, in all that mess, we also made Caro Caro Panic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember exactly when. I just remember that we.
Yeah,
did
I wish you should have sent us this beforehand. We could have like plotted out a timeline to make this a little bit more coherent for your editor. But
Character Panic in retrospect, it's like a lot. It's like a lost period of time. Like we were all blackout drunk, despite the fact that none of us were drinking. Nobody can remember how it was developed and when it was developed, but it happened.
For those who don't know, looking at it, that's a perfect way to describe it. It looks horrifying and grotesque.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then also we had a game jam. We had the Super Sensory Mega Mix, which another weird
we hosted
tangent.
a game jam. Yeah.
Yeah, another weird tangent. We like partnered with Parsec, which got bought out by Unity. I don't know how, like, there's all these weird things that happen where like we constantly punch above our weight in some capacities where like these companies are just randomly or people are randomly talking to us, asking us to do something. It makes no sense.
Our project, and then we have to like cancel projects because of it, and then
exactly.
It's just like a hilarious.
Yes.
I don't know. It's fucked up.
Constantly being jerked around by the big man, by the Lex Luthors of the world.
Yeah, but we're not even looking. We're not even looking for it half the time. It just kind of happens to us.
Bald guys with big sacks of money come up to you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a hidden talent. Hidden talent.
Yeah. So we did the Super Sensory Mega Mix. That was cool. We also planned another game jam, which didn't come out. It was a
The horror game jam.
The horror game jam. I can't really think of what it was called right now, to be
I
honest.
don't know
with
if we
you.
even had a name for it, did we?
I don't think we did.
It was
no.
The
called
horror game jam.
Super Sensory Megamix 22 Body Horror. The first one, Super Sensory
Oh.
Megamix Sensory Overload, was the first one, and then Super Sensory Megamix.
Yeah, there was a horror game in that final release pack, wasn't there? With the lighter.
There
Yes,
was
with
in
the lighter.
in the final
The
final game bundle.
not
Yeah, I'll send
Purgatory.
you some-
Purgatory was horrific, but I think Hallucination was the one I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hallucination. Yep.
Mhm.
So, anyways, back to main timeline. Nightmare. We're working. Everybody's still working on Nightmare, and the Playdate SDK came out around this time. They sent an email out to everybody. I always really thought the Playdate was super cool. So the moment that it got announced, I like got tied in hard to it. I signed up for all the marketing crap. I was ready for it.
Mhm.
And we were taking a break. Like Matt said, I was taking a break, and they sent out an email, and they were like, "Hey, the Playdate SDK is coming out. Download it, learn it, use it, whatever." And I built I thought to myself, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I like ported Tiny Survival over to the Playdate? Like, that would be a cool little thing. It's black and white. It'll look cool. And I built the prototype in like a couple of days, and there was like a picture, I don't know where it is right now, but there was like a GIF of you attacking a skeleton, and because the Playdate was new and like there were no games like that, everyone was like, oh, this is so cool.
Mhm.
And that is
Kind of
whenever
like a liquid. It was like a liquid death situation
yeah.
where like it didn't
Water?
actually exist. Like the product didn't really exist. We kind of like
It was
marked.
just a prototype.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
like a prototype. It was literally just that. It was the skeleton GIF, and we just posted
Yeah.
that on Reddit, and we're like, "This is
Mm.
the game."
Mhm.
And
And
people
then
were like, take my money now.
we saw
Take all my
people. We saw
updates."
people. We saw people updating it, and
Yeah.
we were like, okay, well, maybe we were looking at all those updates, and we were looking at Nightmare, the project that was in disarray, and we were looking at the Playdate, and we were like, well, it couldn't be that hard to make a couple Playdate games. We make a couple Playdate games and get our bearings before we work on a big project. We were kind of a new team still. We were evolving. Many people had come and gone by this point, and I think we were looking for, instead of biting off this huge project like Nightmare 2, okay, let's try to
Let's
make a
just
couple.
go back to making smaller
Yeah,
games.
let's make some small games. Let's make something for the Playdate. That seems easy. We had a programmer at the time who was kind of new, and so like the idea of like bringing them on to do like stuff in what was Playdate, Lua.
Yeah, Lua.
Yeah, I think things looked like they would go smoother on the Playdate, and it looked like we'd be able to get in on the ground floor of the console, so it just seemed lucrative. And so at that point, we kind of decided, all right, like let's put Nightmare 2 on hold. Let's cancel Nightmare 2 and pivot. And we pivoted off Nightmare into was it directly into WASTEBRAVER?
Yeah, it was directly into
Wait, was
Waste. It was directly into WASTEBRAVER at first, and then we got all the way to the point where we had the alien demo in WASTEBRAVER, like the story encounter with the aliens.
Mhm.
And that's whenever we were like, okay, maybe we should
Maybe we should make an
moment
even
to learn-
smaller game.
Yeah, maybe we should take a moment to like learn the Playdate a little bit better, and that's when we made Necro Crisis.
Yeah.
And
That encounter alone took 3 months, I think, right? 2 or 3?
Yeah, exactly. It took a long
Basically,
time.
what happened with WASTEBRAVER is it was taking too long. That's the long
Yeah,
and short of it. Is we were making WASTEBRAVER, and then we were like, wait, the whole idea of pivoting to the Playdate was like, let's stop working on this big project and work on something small. We immediately jumped into the Playdate and tried to make a huge, like, biggest game ever made on the Playdate thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which
for the
was insane.
non-Strio Playdate heads, WASTEBRAVER was essentially going to be a full-on like RPG epic adventure on the Playdate, which is a tiny little.
And it was planned out. To be fair to us, it was a planned out experience, and a lot of work went on.
I mean, it looks
behind the scenes
spectacular.
for it. Like we worked on that game for at least, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months.
We worked on it way longer than that.
Well, before
yeah,
we
yeah.
dropped it the first time, we came back
Right,
to
right,
it.
right.
So
Yeah.
we worked on WASTEBRAVER for 4, 5, 6 months, and then we were like, we need to like make a couple tinier things for the Playdate to learn how this thing works. And so that's when we made Necro Crisis. We made that game over the span
In a
of a
week.
month or something, or in a week. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
way
don't
less.
know if we wanted to go public with that.
Way less.
We made Necro
can
Crisis
tell.
in a week.
Yeah, we made it
Necro
in a
Crisis
week.
in a week, and then after that did well, we wanted to make another small thing, and so we made Shadow Gadget and Shining Gadget, and then we worked with one of our friends to put out a
Make
game
Snoik.
called Snoik,
We also made
He
Paging
was
Dr.
the
Floppy.
they were the person that made Nuke Hack.
Nuke Hack.
Nuke
Yeah,
Hack
Ash.
in
Oh, yeah, the
in
winner.
mega triple shout out to Ash K.
Yeah, Ash
He's
K, absolute legend.
Usually
If
talented.
you
game dev
are,
friend.
if you have even the slight inclination, you're epileptic. You should not play Nuke, but if you are not,
Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
should play it.
Well,
Nuke
no,
Hack
that's
is sweet. Nuke Hack is sweet.
Ash's like aesthetic aligns so closely with ours, and his game design philosophy aligns really closely with mine. And his, I don't know, he is a awesome. I wish him nothing but success. Seriously, he's an amazing developer. He's an amazing
Yep.
developer.
hmm
I think he's working on some studio now, making some game called Cappy Castaway.
Hmm.
Yeah, some studio. He's working at some studio making this
Cappy
game.
Castaway.
We paid after becoming friends with him. We paid to have Snoik made, and then we published it. Which was that's a Playdate game that we didn't make. Ash made that, and then we published it. Is there any other Playdate games I'm missing? Paging Dr. Floppy. We also made Paging Dr. Floppy.
I made that in a week.
We made that very, very
Now
quickly as well.
Yeah.
With the
And
kind of
then,
Game and Watch.
After all of that, this is kind of like peak Playdate time. We went to GDC. We met with the Playdate people. We had a good time at GDC. Everyone was very nice.
Well, even before then, we decide like everyone at a certain point really believed in WASTEBRAVER. Like there was a mostly strong sentiment on the team at one point of like, we can really do this. I also think we kind of discredited ourselves a little bit. Like whenever we said it took 3 months to get the alien encounter, it was the alien encounter, but we also had built out inventory systems, maps. Like we had a
the
world
combat
for you to
system. We had
traverse.
everything.
All the
like,
groundwork was being
weather
laid.
effects, dynamic weather effects, dynamic biomes. We had
a giant
biomes.
like Morrowind sized map.
Yeah, we had a huge map, and a bunch of stuff going on, and everyone really wanted to make that project work because everyone thought it was
sick.
really
Like
cool.
the artists were fucking killing
Yeah.
it. And we were like, we have to make this work.
And the story.
I would also like to say that I wasn't the artist on that. I was the art
was Nelson
director.
and
I
Jake
was leading stuff, but I'm not a drawer. I'm a 3D guy. I do 3D. I do graphic design. I don't illustrate ever. If you've ever seen a drawing thing that's strangest.io, it was probably Jake or Nelson.
Yeah. Yep. So before we went to GDC, we all kind of like aligned and said, okay, let's just try and make WASTEBRAVER now. Like, let's just do it. It's time for a big project. Like, we go through these ebbs and flows, but as you can tell, we've made a lot of small projects, no big projects. And every time we tried a big project, we would go, maybe we should just make small projects. And teams shift. Everyone's philosophy about what we should be doing at that time, kind of aligned with like, let's make a bigger game. We had all this social capital in the Playdate community, and we wanted to make something for them, and we wanted to make something really cool. So we decided to try and make WASTEBRAVER, super WASTEBRAVER.
Yeah.
And
we doubled down. We doubled down
down.
after pivoting off of it. We doubled down. We came back and we were like, let's make WASTEBRAVER the best game on the Playdate. I believe we won the most anticipated game award.
Yeah.
So I didn't put any pressure on whatsoever.
No. I mean, we had some help. I think part of that was, we had the Island Boys in our trailer, so I think that probably.
You did? Like the guys from TikTok?
Yeah,
the guys from
Island
TikTok.
Boys were
before they
involved.
started
Before they started
others.
kissing each other, before they started kissing each other, they were helping us with WASTEBRAVER.
Yeah, that's what it was. The cancellation of WASTEBRAVER is what drove them to such depths, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. They looked directly into camera and said, we're doing this because there's no WASTEBRAVER.
They actually said, we love that crank. We love them tiny little buttons for real. And that's a direct quote from Kodiak Red. I wish I was kidding, but that is real.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we went to GDC, and honestly, while we were there, I think we kind of got the impression that maybe it wasn't a good idea without going into too much detail. But we wanted to remain diligent, so we came back and we tried it anyways. We tried to work on WASTEBRAVER for like 6-7 months, something like that. And one of the things that we try to do is, like, as a team, we try to get together. We have like these kind of sabbaticals where we'll all go somewhere together. We try to do them. Sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does. But we planned a trip where we were all going to go to Florida, and we were going to, like, kind of reground and, hang out and get the project going. try to make sure that everything was working appropriately. In that time, I reached out to Matt and I was like, "Hey, what if we made something different, though?
Yeah,
What
so
if we?"
I have a screenshot of the text message. It was just Hunter like suggesting that we pivot again for the
Yeah.
upteenth time
Okay.
into a
Yeah.
different project, which was hilarious. But to be honest, like
It wasn't working out.
it wasn't working out. Yeah, it wasn't working out. Everyone on the team was great. They're all extremely talented, but people just had like life stuff getting in the way or not enough time to dedicate towards what we were trying to work on.
Mhm.
And we ended up, me and Hunter made a prototype for the game we're working on now.
Yeah.
And it was received well from everyone we showed it to. And then we kind of like,
We split out into two teams, and
we split out into two teams, and the WASTEBRAVER team ended up throwing up the white flag.
Yeah.
So the project you're talking about, that is completely separate from Nightmare 2?
Yeah.
It's completely separate, but it's a spiritual prequel, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes place in the same universe. It's so funny. Like, if you played Nightmare, no one probably has any idea what's going on, but there's kind of this like wacky world building that's happening at the beginning where it's like there's these companies that are doing whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyways, we have all this lore in our heads about like how the world of Nightmare, because I don't know why, but it resonates with people. And we wanted to build something that was in that universe, and we decided it wasn't going to be Nightmare 2 yet, because we had a lot of plans for Nightmare 2, but we wanted to do something different first, basically. Yeah.
Okay, and that's the full extended history of the life of Strangest.io.
Yeah, I feel bad that you had to listen to all of it.
No, that's why I asked you guys on here.
If you
I wanna
prepped us
know.
beforehand, we would have tried to write it down. Like if
I sent a little like skeleton, but I mean it literally just like, what's the whole story? What happens?
Yeah.
How'd you guys get here?
Well,
This
there's
is very
also
therapeutic for us,
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to know. Especially, I'm glad to have guessed correctly. I love being correct. I love being a smart guy.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you need a
the whole
TLDR
Crunchyroll
for
thing.
the edit, we
No,
made a
I'm gonna
couple
do the whole
games
thing
with a
again.
couple different people, and now we're here.
Yeah, we'll do that for the clip. What's the Strangest.io story? We made some games.
Yeah.
So what's going from there? Why transform? What's with the transition to Zhaoxing Heavy Industries?
Yeah.
We're a different team now, really. Like
Yeah.
Strangers.io was the people who worked on it fundamentally.
It was
Like,
it was a collective. That's what
it was a collective, exactly. And now
Yeah.
most of the people who worked at Strangers.io they're gone.
Right.
So we don't feel like Strangers.io anymore. We feel like a different thing. And, at the end of the day, there's an LLC, and, the LLC still exists, but it's not Strangers.io. It's a different thing. And,
Yeah.
Strangers.io is no more. It's been sold. It's
New
been
Order to
sold.
Joy Division, or
Yep.
other way around.
We're also hoping that this game, we've kind of, despite all of our biting off more than we can chew and then not finishing the project history, we've made so many changes and learned so much as a team now that this is the longest we've ever worked on a project without pivoting or giving up. And it's also the highest quality project we've ever worked on. And as it stands currently, there's no signs of the train stopping. So, I think it's like a different thing. We're different people working on a different thing at this point. So Strangers.io is not the correct umbrella for it.
Yeah, and it's such a different project to what we had released previously. I mean, they were very like short, bite-sized, very stylish little games, but this time I feel like if people played it expecting the previous Strangers.io fare, they would go into shock. It's very, very different than our previous projects.
Yeah, I feel like it has a lot more of that kind of corporate horror aspect that was prominent. It was there in Strangers.io, but it does seem a lot stronger in Heaven X. I was wondering, is that also maybe a little bit due to your previous dealings with these entities, or is it completely unrelated?
No,
Hilariously,
it's definitely that.
it's partially that, and partially like, at least for me, I know like when I started working on all this stuff, again, like completely out of nowhere, I just sent Hunter an email. I had just gotten out of college. At this point, I've been working in the industry for 6-7 years. I work in the marketing industry. So I've become jaded to corpo house speak and that stuff. And I know Hunter also works in, software industry, and Jack is institutionalized,
Yeah.
some might say.
Yeah.
And so we all kind
That
of
should be institutionalized.
we all work office jobs.
Mhm.
We don't do this full time. We do this with all of our spare time, and we work office jobs that make us feel certain ways about certain types of things, and we see things, and we think it's funny, and so we're kind of playing off those tropes for this project. Kind of, it's kind of a passion project, really.
Yeah.
As it
As
should
it
be.
is like it is kind of like a little bit of our own experiences poured into a
Oh,
project that we've been
Yeah.
More
been
than a
low-key-
little bit.
our story earlier, even if you tuned it out, all you got to know is we were trying to make Nightmare for a really long time. We kept trying to make Nightmare and it wasn't working, and we kept going back to Nightmare and it wasn't working. We kept pivoting away. We're finally working on something that's not Nightmare, but it's it's a shooter game that's crazy, with some really freaky what do you call cyber
Yeah.
horror, cyber something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corporatocracy,
Yeah,
miserable
Lots of
hellscape.
corporatocracy.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah.
corporatocracy, lots of immersive sim, lots of antics.
Fantastic.
We're finally working on a project like that, and it's full steam ahead.
What do you want people to take away from the game when it's released? Is there any sort of message or emotion or feeling or memory you want people to have after they experience Heaven X?
Mm.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
need to question
Yeah, I
their
think that's a
relationship
really
with
good one.
machines.
They need to know how these.
Man needs to question his relationship
Right.
with machines, and I don't mean that in like a preachy way. I just like I'm not trying to tell you
These
what to think
touch
about
screens.
that. Just like
They make us
there's a
lose
relationship
touch.
there. You should think about it.
Have you ever thought about that?
Touch grass, touch screen, consider.
Jack, what about you?
Mm.
Yeah, touch screen. Words are spells, bro.
Well, I think man's relationship technology very important. But there's a deeper layer to that. I mean, behind every piece of technology, for the most part, is a moneyed interest that wants you to use it and has plans for how it's used and how it'll shape society. So, furthermore, beyond just how you're interacting with the screen, how the screen interacts with you, the plans behind the person who gave it to you, all that kind of stuff. Being very skeptical about what you do with your time, what you plug yourself into, basically. That's definitely a consideration.
Yep.
You are being constantly monitored, and they are selling
that's
your
about it.
picture to the highest
Yes.
bidder every second of your life.
Yeah. I would say that for me,
Right.
what I hope people take away from it, and it's kind of a huge spark for me, is I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. Like that, man, this is horrible for video. Like that you make choices in your life and there's no going back. Like at a certain everything you do in your life is like a constant journal being written, and there's very little times ever whenever you have the ability to erase something and redo something. You make choices and you deal with the consequences of those choices. Maybe that was schizophrenic, but
No, it makes sense. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm a big fan of Suda51. So those kinds of influences and those messages really resonate with me.
what was that?
Suda51, all the grasshopper stuff like Killer 7.
Oh, right,
Silver
right,
Case.
right. Yes, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Grasshopper manufacturer.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see that you are forcing people to examine the things they have done and understand that they still exist or persist in their life. Maybe you could show up at their houses and really. Anyways.
Yeah, we have some
Maybe we already have.
kind of like, I wouldn't call them haunting, but maybe that's the right word.
No, that would be
Like,
good. I think that's exactly what you should be aiming for. Haunting is
Yeah.
excellent. You want it to last. You want it to stick with
Yeah.
them. You want it to be something that keeps them up at night, shivering and chattering their teeth.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
There's a couple of moments in Heaven X that I feel like definitely, if I was playing the game, that's the way that I would feel. Is that if I was paying attention and understood maybe what was going on, I would feel that way.
Perfect. I mean, I think the worst thing a game can do when you're done with it is for you to say, "Wow, what a waste of time," or
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a single thing about it." So
Yeah, it's up there.
that's fantastic to hear.
Yeah.
All right, and so going to the future post Heaven X, are you planning on any sort of post-release content? I know that several of the other games also have had a post-released cycle. But what's the plan for Heaven X going forward after it comes out? Is Zhaoxing going to pull the plug and get you working on some sort of I don't know, way to more efficiently slaughter cattle, or is there something else going on with them?
Yeah, I don't think we have any ideas for what we would want to work on afterwards. I mean, we have some. Yeah.
We're just trying to finish this fucking
exactly.
game, dude.
I will say that at the very least, we'll do whatever is within our means to make sure that the game is great. That's kind of the plan.
Yeah.
Is even after the game comes out, if people are really enjoying it, then we will support it and we will give them more things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some like internal ideas for that kind of stuff, but I would hesitate to say any of it out loud. With a, don't.
There's no more talks of pivoting.
Not that we've got a history of making promises that well, not even really promises. We've got a history of saying things out loud.
Elon Musk was that contact. He wanted full Neuralink compatibility
plead the fifth
with
on this
Heaven
one.
X. Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
yeah. If he's out there, if he's listening, our X account. Grok us on X.
You want me to drill
Grok
to
us
the
on X out of the
basement, put an ox,
Elon.
input in there? Go right ahead. It means I can better interface with my beloved games.
Right.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
I think we're just gonna work with Crunchyroll again.
Work with Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Tubi.
Yeah, well, we're going to work with Crunchyroll to make WASTEBRAVER 2, actually. We were thinking about if Heaven X doesn't get great, then WASTEBRAVER 2 is probably the plan.
You should, in the advertisement, you should say, we scrapped everything from one. We made this in a week. Buy it, stupid.
We had jokes about that. There was who knows? Who knows?
I'm a big fan of your advertising materials. I love the bright, neon, abrasive design. Really makes me smile. Anyways. So yeah, outside of all this serious stuff, outside of all this, inside baseball crap, is there anything you guys are able to play outside of working on the game? Is there anything that you're looking forward to playing when the game is completed?
The Metal Gear Delta, the remake of 3.
It does.
Really excited. It comes out in like a couple days. I'm playing that.
Really?
I'm playing Guitar Hero.
Hunter's been playing Guitar Hero.
I'm excited for Silent Hill F. I'm excited for Directive 8020 by Supermassive Games. I'm looking forward to just playing some game. Like typically, play some games during like down periods. So there's a bunch of them that I have on my list. Like, gosh, what is the name of that game? Fuck. Jack, you go. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's, bro.
Dude, just played Secret of the Mimic. Excellent game.
Oh, it is actually.
I love Five Nights at Freddy's, dude.
No, so did I, but I haven't played anything past Sister Location.
Sister Location? Yeah, no.
It's going to change your life.
I've never played it.
Yeah, exactly. I love Five Nights at Freddy's, dude.
Certainly changed.
Shaped into the man he is today. That first jump scare is like, so this is what ludonarrative means. I understand now. It's all coming together. Right. Yeah, Jack, anything you want to play, or just like everything outside of game development is worthless?
Let's see. I had been playing
Reads.
nothing but Tekken 8 until very recently.
Paul, you're classic Paul.
Paul.
I use King personally. I love making people hate me.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of King for a while.
So you want people to hate you in a different way?
I'm sick of people hating me. Yes.
But yeah, Tekken 8, it's really hard to play without having to go through multiple monitors every few months. So I put that on the back burner, started playing RuneScape recently, first time.
Just leave it on.
That's pretty good.
Itself, from what I've seen.
Exactly. Yeah. But nothing upcoming, really. Nothing that really sticks out.
No,
I guess the new Silent Hill game, but like, that's going to be a while, I think.
Should be fantastic. I hope.
Yeah.
Really hope.
I found that game I was thinking about, which was Parapecia.
Parapecia. Is that the immersive sim, right?
Yeah.
Is that what Jada Pinkett Smith has?
Yes,
I've seen that one.
Yeah, whenever I get some time, I'm trying to play that one. I'm trying to play Eclipsium whenever it comes out. Like, that game is, like, doing numbers on Twitter. It looks awesome. The new Hellraiser game, like, I know they haven't shown any gameplay. I just don't care. Like, I'll pay for it and I'll play it.
Oh, like Pinhead Hellraiser?
Yeah, they just announced it. It looks awesome.
I didn't even know that. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I like the first movie.
Yeah, what about you?
Me, Heaven X.
What about you?
Obviously.
Oh, yo.
Let's go.
Hey,
actually,
get this guy a brand deal.
I just got a machine.
Get this guy a reviewer code, dude.
So I'd like to get my hands on that.
Were you able to make?
No, I
the,
found out about you
the
guys
Heaven
too
X
late. I
playtest,
wasn't
the
able to
last
play
playtest
it.
we ran?
I just knew I would like it based on everything else you guys have put out.
Okay. Well, there'll be a
Yeah.
couple more playtests before
will-
release, so keep your eyes on our Discord. We'll announce everything on our Discord, and also if you wishlist it on Steam, in the Steam page, you will get
I have
notifications.
done
I think
both
for
of those things, and I would
playtests
strongly
if you
encourage anyone
wishlist
listening to do the same.
Sweet. Also, everything on that Steam page is placeholder. Don't judge us; it's all placeholder. Everything's in the works.
Fantastic.
It's all in the
And,
works.
I actually have a couple of community questions if you guys have a second for those at the end here. All right, from
Oh, no.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
found you. They came
Some
to
of
my
our
server and they
enemies
said,
have
"How come these guys
returned.
still haven't put out WASTEBRAVER?
Torment does.
How come they
Our
love
haters.
scamming us?" No.
We
Yeah.
we have a couple
Come back
of
when you got
hater
some
questions.
money, honey. Yeah. No, these are.
Dude, that's a nice BioShock reference. I'm sorry, I
thank
had
you.
to. Yeah, I say that to Matt and Jack. I also say, what's the other one? Fuck, not come back when you get some money, buddy. There's another one. Oh, I don't know. But I think I've said that to you guys before, Jack and Matt. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, then you bash
You
him
say,
over the
would
head
you
with a golf
kindly and tell me
club.
to do any number of stupid things every
God,
day.
well, get up! It's a Bioshock reference. You don't get it?
Yeah.
All right. From Sheep Over,
So funny.
what is the strangest game you have ever done played?
Oh man,
Strangest game.
It is strange.
How to a
Strange that it got
Sojo.
released, but and
a good one.
stranger that it's still being talked about to this day.
Jack, what about you?
Yeah.
probably Yume Nikki.
Love RPG Maker stuff.
Big fan of that game. Definitely really weird.
I think the weirdest one that I've
Yeah.
ever played is Where They Cremate the Roadkill.
As a game.
It is. It's a game. It is a really obscure game that I found on Steam a while back. I thought it looked extremely cool, and I was like, "Hey, let me give that a shot." And I thought it was quite an interesting piece of software.
Ooh, this looks awesome. Is this an RPG Maker? No.
I actually cannot tell what it's made in.
Yeah, this
It could be
matters.
made
Let's
in
real
Game
quick.
Maker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there with the other Game Maker greats like Barkley Gaiden. It's
Yeah.
looks very cool. All right, great. Yeah, by all means.
Actually, wait, can I change my answer? Ultra Fight Dekyanta 2. Crazy ass game. Ultra Fight Dekyanta 2. I think that's how it's pronounced. But there's it's like a fighting game. There's like a mushroom girl. There's like an
Whoa.
alligator guy in an overcoat.
This
It's
looks-
really loud. You
this
can't
looks
turn the volume
awesome.
down. Crazy ass
I
game.
love
There
fighting
was-
games.
There was
That's pretty
also
cool.
like I
Check it
remember
out.
when we took a break like a while back. We tried a game, like I played the game and you guys watched me. I think it was called Ace of Seafood. I thought that was a really cool. Yeah, it was like a weird fighting like yes.
Oh, the crab game?
Yeah, it was very
Oh yeah,
strange.
that game looked
But
cool.
it was cool. Ace
Oh,
of Seafood,
whoa.
everybody.
Yeah, everyone check out Ace of Seafood, published by Playism.
Oh, is that the one we
Yes.
played? That one
Yes.
random
Nutty.
Weekend Hunter? Yeah. that
No,
was
no.
pretty good.
The
The
four
Vor
one.
one?
No, not the Vor one. But that's a good answer too. What was the Vor one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, let's shout out the
Not-
Vor game. Shout out this random Vor game.
Yeah,
we played
shout
one
out the
time.
Vor game,
me
actually.
Shout out the Vor game. What was it called though,
Yes, let
Hunter?
me
You're
see.
the one
Let
who
me
we played it
see
on
what
Hunter's
the game is
computer.
called. It's called like Veronica's Desire or something like that.
Veronica's Desire.
Yeah, Veronica. Let me get it right.
It was like a random
Yeah.
like smut game on itch that we were like.
Oh god.
I don't remember why we play. I think we were like looking for like
Because
the weirdest,
it's
most
fun.
fucked up thing we could find, and we found like a really.
We found this
poorly
really
anima- Actually, I don't want to
stupid
shit talk
piece
it.
of
It was
shit
great.
game that sucked.
It was
Oh
very. It was
my
very.
gosh! They took all the stuff off
enlightening.
itch, dude.
Oh, is it because of the
Oh my god!
yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Because of the drama.
Topical.
Stop
Oh my
Killing
God, the
Games
gaming-
MasterCard?
Gaming drama. The game is gone. Stop killing games. Mastercard
It was-
took
it was-
it down. Mastercard took
yeah.
the Vor game down.
It was this war
What the
game.
fuck?
It was you
That's
were playing
criminal.
as like
That
a
is criminal.
rabbit lady. Yeah,
A rabbit.
yeah. You would eat
Yeah,
Yeah,
sexy,
you'd be like a
sexy
rabbit lady, and
humans.
you'd eat people. It was hardcore.
Right.
They would, yeah, you'd eat
Full-on
sexy
crunching
humans.
action.
Yeah,
You'd
you'd put
step
them in
on
the
them,
blender and
throw
blend
them
them up.
freakish stuff.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
really.
Wow, this almost sounds like a Newgrounds game.
Yeah.
Mid 2000s kind of.
It was
Very-
wild.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some obsessive I could see
it's
working on this
interesting,
for
It's
like
interesting.
3 years straight in action script. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, guy who made it probably is a millionaire.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he had like a lot. If I
Overwhelmingly
remember
positive.
correctly, there was
Each one
multiple
just
games.
like 3,000
He should be in jail.
reviews, overwhelmingly positive.
He should be in jail. Is really fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure I go on X right now. Where is the justice for the Veronica's Desire
Yeah.
community?
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of X, you might be able to find it on there because I remember we found his or their.
Dude, I
X.
don't know if it's called Veronica's
Veronica's-
Desire because
It's
Veronica's
very
Desire
telling
is such a funny name
what
for a
what to
game that doesn't
expect.
exist.
Yeah, I
All right,
wish I.
For a game.
before I get too off track, there are, I believe, 2 other questions. Well, I mean, if you
What,
got it
is
on
the
hand,
vor
let's go
segment
ahead. But
over? We don't
if
want to
we're
talk about
gonna
war
if we're gonna
anymore?
go to vor hunts,
I'm just kidding.
you know me, I'm always up to talk about
Can't find it.
sicko
Not looking anymore.
weirdo stuff as long as we know what's going on. Next up from Antoids, backwards caps, hot or not? Okay.
Hot.
I'm gonna say not.
Backwards caps. Those are a dub.
I'm gonna say not too. I haven't worn a
You guys
cap
are
backwards in
cringe.
a long time.
I can't even wear caps because I've got a huge head with a
Yeah.
huge brain inside of it. So my hats don't fit my head good. So I don't really wear hats. I would never wear a backwards hat because I just don't have hats. But I like them. I think they're
All
cool.
right, so it's a
Ash
30
Ketchum wears a
60
backwards hat
split. So
sometimes.
make your own choice, essentially. You listening out there for your fashion. If you got a giant pulsating brain, maybe don't bother with it whatsoever. Last question: dog or cat? From Sheeple.
Dog.
I'm also gonna go with dog.
Yeah, dog for me too.
I have a
Although I like
cat.
Sphinx
He's
cats.
a Persian,
They're
so he's got
pretty
a really fucked up, existence. But he's good. But usually dog for me. All right,
Cool.
and that is the community Q&A segment. Thank you. And
Wow,
so
thanks, guys.
we've reached the end
Thank you,
here.
community.
Essentially, is there anything you want to plug? Any outros? Any last call outs you want to make? Anyone you hate who you want to declare jihad on? This is kind of where we put that at the end here.
Yep. Fuck you, Adam. You're an idiot, Adam. You stink, Adam. Lol. Get owned, Adam. Look at us. We're big time, and you're a loser.
Yeah, love you, Adam.
Just kidding. Yeah. Also, wishlist Heaven X again. Just wishlist Heaven X. That's really the only thing I can think of is wishlist Heaven X. Go to the Heaven X Discord. We will
It's
not
true.
spam you. We don't post ever because we're bad at community management. So go into the Discord and sit there in stasis until the game is done, and we will have
Until we need you.
we will have fanfare. There will be fanfare. There's going to be an ARG. We're going to be pretending that we're Chinese. It's
That's the
going to be
only reason
awesome.
I'm
If
in
you want to
there.
pretend you're Chinese, come to the Discord. You can pretend you're Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Also,
Chinese
just
flag
give us
react
time,
stuff.
like we're cooking.
Yeah,
We're cooking.
give us time. We're trying to
Yeah.
we're trying to actually make this one good. If you've played our other games, you're going to be like, oh, these games are cool or cute or funny or weird.
It's something you
This
can write
one
home
is
to
going to
mom
be
about.
awesome.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say
Not
one
yeah.
last thing, real quick. I would just say shout out to Jake.
Oh yeah, shout out to programmer Jake. He could not be at this meeting, but usually
you,
we'd have one
Programmer
other
Jake.
person here, and it would be
I was
programmer
gonna say, that's
Jake.
crazy. Yeah.
You would have loved him.
My
dude.
Jake
He's a
also,
good guy.
You would have loved him.
skipped out on me. How about that? Flaky Jakey. Yeah, this goes out to all
Flaky Jakey.
the flaky
But we love
Jakeys
him,
of the
though.
world.
Can't live
If you
with
weren't,
him,
if you weren't
can't
such
live
a damn
without him.
sweetheart,
Can't
we'd
live
kill
without
you.
him.
But so it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Jack Hunter. Any jihads, any hatred, or anything else? Are you guys all set to go? You want to plug your own stuff, or is it all just Heaven X?
I have no stuff of my own. I'm only working on Heaven X. So yeah, shout out
all right.
Heaven X, I guess. I don't know. Wishlist it. Join our Discord. Yeah, big shout out to everybody on our team over the years. Hunter did it earlier. It bears repeating. Everybody involved was and is and will continue to be awesome. Their stuff is still really cool. You can rewind the video and listen to that
They're
section
all
if you want to
there.
seek any of them out personally. But they're all
Fantastic.
very good guys, and it was a pleasure to have worked with them.
And their socials can be found buried in our if you
They're
play a
always tagged
game
with the
that's
people who
Strangers.io
made them.
branded and you scroll down the itch page, you'll find links
Yeah.
to people's stuff. If you want to
Yeah.
look for someone's stuff, you're like, oh, if you like Shadow Gadget and Shining Gadget, scroll down that page
Mhm.
somewhere on there.
If you
You'll
have
be
a
able to find
Playdate,
info on the people who
You
made it.
should get Shadow Gadget and Shining Gadget, just so you know. It's very important. It is imperative. All right.
I would
well,
say
they're cool.
one last
Yeah.
thing is just Heaven X is going to be awesome. I know that we're tooting our own horn here, but just I promise that Heaven X will not come out until it's fully baked and fucking amazing, and you will have never played anything like it.
for the clip,
And then-
I'm going to just take the WASTEBRAVER stuff, and I'm just going to cut in Heaven X will not come out and just leave it right there.
Heaven X, yeah, Heaven X will not happen. There you go.
Thank you.
And then as far as jihads
Yeah.
go, don't play AAA games; they suck.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though I just said I was going to play Silent Hill F and Directive
That's
8020.
different. That's different.
Dude,
Yeah.
some of them are good.
If the
dude.
game comes from
Kojima's
Japan, it's
Kojima's
exempt from
Kojima's
any
cool.
issues or problems. That's the way it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
buy games from people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people out there. They're making games that are more than more than a AAA studio could produce. Things like, mouthwashing, right? Like mouthwashing comes out, it's fucking amazing. It's a completely almost life-changing experience, at least for me, and that was made by a handful of people, not by 500 people in Canada and India and the US.
Get games that are not designed by committee. Get games that are made with a passion and a meaning. And you will find that your gaming experience is no longer miserable drudgery, re-downloading Skyrim for the 80th time and thinking if you put in the right mods, it'll magically make you love games again. Just play different ones made by different people, and you'll be shocked.
Why are you calling me out?
yeah. What is this?
I'm just a crazy hateful guy. They call me the Joker of journalism. All right. Well, thank you all for coming on. Thank you very much for giving me the complete Strio / Zhaoxing Heavy Industries history and future outlook. And thank you for giving me the insights into Heaven X. As always, this has been the Video Dish Podcast. You can find all of our things in the description. And to anyone still listening, keep on gaming in the free world.